In a candid assessment, the country's top spy has revealed that ASIO is currently investigating hundreds of counter-terrorism leads that could pose a threat to Australia. The Director General of ASIO, David Irvine, says the terrorism threat is real and it's directed at Australia and the Australian people. The Prime Minister also warned that Australians should be under no illusions that we live in dangerous times. Leif Casbin reports from Canberra.
There has never been a terrorist attack on Australian soil, but at the opening of a new counter-terrorism control centre in Canberra, the head of ASIO delivered a blunt assessment.
ASIO and its partners at this very time are investigating hundreds of CT or counter-terrorism related matters which could impact directly on the security of Australia and its people.
For only the second time, cameras were allowed into the top-secret ASIO building, although access was limited.
We are under no illusions that we live in a dangerous time.
The centre will play a lead role in strengthening the work of counter-terrorism intelligence.
This centre will indeed improve our ability to detect and prevent terrorist threats to Australia and its people.
And there were no guarantees that there'll be no future attacks on Australians. While the Prime Minister was preoccupied with the war on terrorism, the Shadow Treasurer declared his own war on interest rates. Joe Hockey is calling on the government to flex its muscles when it comes to banks lifting rates above the Reserve Bank.
Now the government needs to step up to the plate and do something to put pressure on the banks to make sure they do not go beyond the cash rate.
The Shadow Treasurer says the Parliament might act if the government does not. That would require a deal between the opposition and the independents. Just how that could be achieved, he wouldn't be drawn.
I am not going to be specific.
His leader wouldn't be specific either.
So what should the government do then?
Well, the point is that the government shouldn't make commitments that it can't keep. The government shouldn't give the impression that it can do things and then not deliver.
Perhaps Malcolm Turnbull could shed some light.
Really, I think you should raise those questions with Joe Hockey.
And at least one Liberal backbencher thought the idea of regulating the banks on interest rates was so far-fetched it belonged to the Greens.
This is just another one of their, as I said, lunatic fringe type ideas.
But Joe Hockey may well disagree. Leif Casbin, ABC News, Canberra.